Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium, CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world.
And TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Honor-killing cover-up. Police in Florida are said to be cowering in fear of reprisal from Muslims if they tell the truth about an alleged honor killing that took place. The organization Jihad Watch says Fatima Abdallah accidentally killed herself by hitting her head on a coffee table in front of her family after being shunned by them for divorcing her husband. Tampa police say the 2009 autopsy reveals hemorrhaging around broken ribs and injuries to the back of her head, and that her family waited for 2.5 hours before calling the police. The nonprofit Florida Family Association continues to appeal to Tampa police to reopen their investigation. You can read the full article on our resource page by clicking the link right outside the screen. The politics of persecution. It looks like the Pakistani government is not interested in religious equality or harmony within its borders. The former Minister of Minorities for the country will now be demoted to a new position called the Minister for National Harmony, which has none of the distinct responsibilities of its former position, according to the head of the Pakistan's Catholic Bishops' Conference. Conference head Bishop Joseph Coots also says it is a definite demotion concerning the representation of minorities, coming at a time when the Muslim persecution of Christians is on the rise. You may remember former Minister of Minorities, a Catholic named Shahbaz Bhatti, was assassinated by the government earlier this year. A bitter pill for UK pharmacists. Christian pharmacists in the United Kingdom are being forced to dispense the morning after pill against their consciences because of new regulations governing the country's pharmaceutical industry. The regulations could also force the dismissal of current professionals from the field because of their beliefs, or even prevent Christians from being hired altogether. The new laws reinterpret the conscience clause that previously protected the right to make moral decisions. A similar law was shot down earlier this year in Illinois after it tried forcing pharmacists to fill prescriptions for contraceptives in violation of the First Amendment. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web, and RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
Suspending Catholic teaching. A Jesuit-run college is punishing its students for standing up against homosexuality. Marquette University suspended its InterVarsity Christian Fellowship chapter after the group dismissed an officer who proclaimed he was an active homosexual in a relationship he was unwilling to end. The dismissed individual also said he disagreed with the group's interpretation of the Christian teaching against homosexuality. Because of media attention, the university has reversed its decision to suspend the group and has placed them on probation, subject only to a review of their constitution. You can read the full story in detail on our resource page by clicking the link right over here. Time for an apology. A Time magazine blogger's anti-Catholic remarks has many Catholics across the country demanding an apology. The author of the magazine's Curious Capitalist blog, Bill Saporito, opened a posting earlier this week with the quote, "Having Standard & Poor's downgrade the creditworthiness of the U.S. and warn the country about further downgrades is a little like having the Catholic Church lecture Scout leaders on the proper behavior towards boys," end quote. Bill Donahue, president of the Catholic Life League, stepped forward to say, quote, "This vicious and wholly gratuitous smear of the entire Catholic Church demands an apology. We might expect this kind of cruel remark from some no-name angry blogger, but not from a high-ranking person at Time," end quote. Bill Saporito is an assistant managing editor at Time magazine, and you can read his posting as well as Donahue's full quote on our resource page by clicking the link right over here. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. Be sure to check out The Vortex today, where Michael talks about the ever-shrinking numbers in the church. Also, stay tuned for special reports from Michael Voris, who will be coming to us from World Youth Day in Madrid, Spain next week, right here on Catholic News Roundup. And you might want to check out our website, nobullinmadrid.com, with all the details where Michael will be appearing. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to tell all your friends about us. And as always, God bless.